every week we have some kind of theme. You dress up in that theme to raid. We take a picture, post it on the channel, and then we vote for a winner. We do prizes for it. The first prize is going to be a measly 15,000 gold. So whoever wins gets 15,000 gold. These are sponsorable. So if somebody wants to sponsor one, you get to pick the theme and you get to pick the reward. And we'll do it in advance so we can actually like plan it out. The theme for next week is going to be these little hats that are on a vendor in Dornogal. If you look at the Transmog competition channel, I just posted a picture of all of the hats, which ensembles they come from, and where the vendor is. You just have to pick a color hat and make a transmog around it. You don't have to use the rest of the transmog. Just the hat is the required piece. And then we'll break up into teams for the picture and stuff based off of what color you choose. And then, yeah, so we'll do that. And then other than that for tonight, no cauldrons. They're really expensive and we're just on normal. So we're just going to keep those out. But I will be dropping feasts for us, just regular feasts. And then I will let Grips have the floor for the rest of the night.
I'm cool.
Awesome.
I don't have to eat food because I'm an earthen now.
Can we get a mage table?
I eat rocks.
You're gonna chip your teeth.
I mean, at this point.
Alright, so I know some people are still... We still got about 2 minutes, but I do want to start explaining this fight. It's pretty simple. It's basically a one-phase boss with a short intermission. During the first phase, the main thing we want to watch for is the soak. When we call for that, that's carnivorous contest. You just want to stand in that, and then once you soak it, you'll take some damage and get pulled towards the boss a little bit. Just run away from that. Other than that, there is some green... you might be targeted with like a green debuff. Make sure no other people are inside that. And you can break the webs on the ground when that debuff expires. Other than that, not too much during this first phase. There's like some tank stuff, but they know what they're doing. The main thing to think about is during intermission, we're going to get a bunch of ads. We're going to kill them all, and we're going to take their bodies and feed it to the boss once he's done with the intermission. During the intermission, he'll be charging around, so you can't feed him during that. But after the intermission ends and we've dodged him a couple times, we'll pick up the bodies and we'll feed them to him until he reaches 100 energy. Here on pull, cooldowns on pull, nothing crazy, nothing weird. Other than that, let me check my thing. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Can anybody remember stuff that I'm leaving out?
You forgot to tell Andrew that he has to PI me.
That's true. I have that in my notes here, yeah.
Can you repeat the part about clearing webs? Because I wasn't paying attention to that part.
So the debuff, I believe it's digestive acid, will basically, it's just a standard debuff it puts on you. You'll tick for damage, it'll expire after a couple seconds, and you'll take damage, but any of the webs that are inside your circle will also get cleared by that acid. So if you can try and like be close to them, but not directly on top of the webs, because you'll get stuck in them, you can clear some of those, and that helps with movement around the fight.
Sick.
With the clearing, he's gonna basically like jump to the side. So if he's here and there's webs like through the path to the middle, you want to clear like a straight path to the middle, just so our pull-in area is clear of webs.
Yeah. The ones on the outside edges, like if you have a web like right here, that does not matter. Don't even think about it. Like, just try to get the stuff more towards the center, especially between the center and the boss. We'll probably be tanking him in the middle. I don't see a reason not to at the beginning. But after the intermission, he'll be on the side. So just be ready for that as well. But that's pretty much it. Let's just see. We're at 4 o'clock now. Get everybody summoned in. Make sure they get health stones, food, all that good stuff.
I know there's people without food buffs that are just jumping around. I see you.
I heard if you don't move, he can't see you, so just stop moving. Blend in with the crowd. Blue is like a T-Rex.
Look at these arms. Do you think these are T-Rex arms?
It's the opposite of a T-Rex, because look at those little tiny legs in comparison. He's a Rex T.
A Rex T. My goodness.
Alright, could we get one more battle shout? Somebody's missing that. It was a mage, I think. Doesn't matter, but I'm happy to see it. Cat
I
Girl,
want you
you're
in your
missing a
scam
food
stuff.
buff.
Eric doesn't like me.
Not really. For this fight, I don't have any anyway, but I will still call them, similar to how I did last night. Okay, I think that's everybody's good to go. It's on tanks then. You guys can go ahead and pull. Or do pull timer. And then we'll hero on pull.
Yeah, we can sneak up on the boss.
5, 4, 3, 2.
He never saw us coming.
1.
Here comes that web. Just watch your feet here. And then we'll get those debuffs that you can use to clear them. Make sure we stay away from them even if you don't have a debuff. Here comes the soak, guys. Make sure to group up. Here it is. And let's get a wind rush or some kind of roar or something just to help the group speed. Nice job.
Ooh, I got nommed.
He eats people.
Yeah, I did not see that. That's my bad.
We'll get webbing here. And then more poison to get rid of it in 5. Careful if you get your debuff here, we're going to soak soon. So make sure you make room for the soakers. It's all the way back here. You guys got to move in. Nice job. That's perfect right there. Alright, we'll go into the intermission now. Main thing to watch for here is just make sure you are not getting charged and hit by the boss. You'll see little swirlies in the air where he's going to be charging through.
I'm waiting for somebody to get knocked off the cliff from that.
Alright, now watch for ads. Looks like they're spawning over here. And boss is coming straight through there, so watch out of that portal. Another one's coming through, kind of clipping us. Just watch that. We'll have 2 more. This is the 3rd, and then there will be a 4th. Oh, coming through. Watch out, guys.
Pick up a corpse.
Now I'm dropping a gateway. You can take that to feed him.
There was a web right on the
dude,
gateway.
there was. Can somebody give a freedom to Z Evoker? He took my portal and got baited into getting rooted.
We want to keep feeding him until he's full.
He is about 80%, and a few more. Nice job. That's it. We'll just rinse and repeat. So remember what we said about clearing the webs between the boss and the center of the room. You're going to prioritize those. Here comes more webbing. We're going to prioritize these webs right here under the healing rate. Make some room for those debuffs. Nice job. And here comes the soak. We'll probably kill him during the soak, but let's still get like some wind rush or something down. Ah, easy. Nice. And then for loot, we do ask that you not roll on stuff for not your spec. So I don't know if it dropped. Doesn't look like it. But there's like a tank trinket off of this boss, right? We would reserve that for the tanks, but if you had an off spec, you could probably roll on that after or greet it. if the tanks don't want it, for example. But if it's good for your spec on like these nights on Mondays, you can just go ahead and roll for it.
War.
Destroy the invaders before they ruin the harvest.
Cameron, you pumped on that boss. We have to kill the highlighted one.
And I think we have to kill those to spawn boss, right?
I'm not sure.
It seems like we would have to, because he's highlighted, but like, unclear.
He's just a really special boy.
Maybe it's a world quest.
Oh.
And it's dead already. Well. Thanks, guys. You killed it too fast.
I didn't get to tag it.
The blood is becoming volatile. Stop the invaders before it manifests.
Wait, I thought Luther wasn't supposed to be here.
Couldn't stay away.
He's got a pretty dope setup. I heard he's using the trackpad. I'm kidding.
Heard he's using those Donkey Kong bongos.
Oh, true. The Guitar Hero controller. I saw somebody leveling with like a mod for like a controller. I don't know if it was like PlayStation or Xbox, but
War.
Some nasty stuff happening right now.
oh, dude, I got knocked off like a fucking goofball, dude.
We got back into Shadowlands actually doing 1+. Like, fairly high-ish rating too on a controller. Healing no less.
Dude, there's some really good controller setups.
I know
like
Jack was
dedicated to it.
I know Jack was doing like a preservation evoker, like push to 3 KIO or something on a controller.
This guy kills you, by the way.
I noticed, actually.
And yeah, we'll take this. I would mount up here and take this all the way to the top. Just dodge those waves, obviously.
Pulsatings.
Shockwave.
Is your DBM warning you as well about the shockwave?
Yes.
Also a reminder, any BOEs go to Blue Barrel, and then I will sell them off and split 50-50 with the guild and whoever got the BOE drop.
Gotta get that cauldron fund going.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, did we get one last night that was like 350 or something?
Yeah, I listed it for 380. It hasn't sold yet, but I listed it for 380.
That's a lot of fun.
That's a lot.
Is it though?
So much. So vast amount
Yeah.
of
Like, I don't know. Take care
There's
of
a
it for like
reason
2
I
or
didn't
2
take
weeks.
Cloak. That's a lot of
They're getting cheaper and cheaper as we go, so...
And you don't have to buy the pot every time?
Yeah, I get the pot back, and then,
Alright, let's make sure not to stay on the boss.
yeah, everyone back up. Looks like Eric is disconnecting.
That's okay, we'll give him a minute to do that while I explain it anyway. So, this fight is one-phase fight with a little short intermission, kind of like the first boss. Basically, we're going to split into 2 groups here, and we're going to take turns soaking the frontal. The first group will be odd groups, and the second group will be even groups. So if you soak the first frontal, that's going to be Gruesome Disgorge. You're going to soak that, you're going to take some damage, and you are going to be able to see the adds in the downstairs phase once you soak that. You want to kill those adds, and then once they're dead, you can start hitting the boss. Throughout that downstairs phase, you can still see the boss, but the adds are the priority, so if you need to refresh a dot or something, feel free to do that. After the first one, then the second group will soak the next frontal. They'll kill their adds downstairs, and then they'll come back up. And then we'll all move out as a group for Gore Splatter, which is basically a big AoE. We can't stand in it. We'll move out kind of where we're standing now, actually. He'll do his cast, and then we'll run back in, and then we'll just rinse and repeat. It's the same thing. We'll hero on pull, obviously. All cooldowns on pull, nothing crazy there. And then... yeah, some people have asked me about beams. There are no beams on this on normal, so you don't have to worry about that, but I believe there are the tentacles that spawn underneath you still.
Lovely.
So do watch for those.
Sorry, what are groups?
So I'm going to go ahead and make those right now. The main thing is I just want to make sure our healers are split.
You say
so it'll be
here?
odd group will, but I haven't split them up just yet. Give me 1 second. So we will just do that.
Unless the ad spawns are really bad, in which case I'll taunt, or the other tank will taunt off and it'll flip-flop. But it shouldn't matter which group's going down first, because everybody should be stacked on their respective tank either way, or at least like in line with them.
Okay, I have Ogvokers, DHs, and Warriors, tanks, and 2 heals split up. I have Resto Shamans in different groups as well. Does that look fine to you guys? Does anybody have any big objections there?
Looks good.
Okay. So, and then just for healer cooldowns, I would recommend you can pop your 2 minutes when you soak your Gruesome Disgorge. There's like a heal absorb, I think, and some healing damage. I mean, just damage to heal. So if you pop on your frontal for your group, your 2 minute, you'll be good every single time you'll have your 2 minutes. Other than that, you know, even if you're not a healer, just be mindful that you're going to be taking damage during Gore Splatter when you're running out. Even if you don't get hit, this pool here does deal significant damage on the way out. So, and then yeah, we should mark tanks. We have one on blue, and then we can mark Gerd as well.
So the Gruesome Disgorge thing that he does in a cone in front of him, are we doing anything to soak that so the DPS can go fight the adds, or is it just like a debuff that you get?
Yeah, it's just a big cone he'll do. So he'll start to do that cone directed on the tank that's currently tanking.
Sure.
So if you're an odd group, you'll soak the first one with the tank in the odd group, and all of the people in the odd groups will soak that frontal. You'll take a little bit of damage, but that'll allow you to see it. The adds.
Okay. So it's odds then evens, and then just rotate through each time.
Yep. Odds, evens. We run out. We run back in. Odds, evens, over and over.
Cool beans.
All right, we can move up. Let's just move up real quick. I would split. I would go over to here if you are. Looks like odd group is forming over there. I'll move over there then.
Just a reminder, I'm sorry. It looks like I'm in odd group, so I'm going over to where square is.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right, we'll do a ready check. Anybody else have any questions? It's a lot more obvious once you see the fight too. All right.
5, 4.
Here on
3,
pull.
2, 1.
Alright, that first frontal is going to be happening in 10 seconds. The adds are going to be here, so we'll probably be moving over there as a group, either before or after the frontal. make sure these little guys don't get to the boss. They'll probably die way before, but nice job. Just hit boss now.
There is an auto marker taking at least my marker off.
Oh, okay. You should have assist anyway, but I'll put you as triangle.
Okay, that's
Okay, here comes the next frontal. You guys see where the ads are? They're going to be over here, it looks like. So this is going to be even group. You're all going to soak this.
even group needs to move.
We're going to run away in 25 seconds. We're going to try and group up by this gateway if you can, guys. If we all run out as a group, marked by purple, we can get better healing. You don't have to move there right now, but just happening when we do run away here in 8 seconds. Remember, we're moving here. Pop a personal if you can too. Rinse and repeat, we're good to go. 10 seconds for group 1, we're gonna soak again.
Join me. Jared didn't want to join us.
Sorry.
There's pad down here, you get an AoE.
Oh, he's dead. Yeah.
My spies will provide.
Was that a rogue seeing both daggers drop?
That's pretty hard. That's pretty awesome. There you
Because
go.
those are good for I think every rogue, right?
Yeah, it was every rogue in the
Sub likes
offhand
2
position.
Pretty gnarly, not gonna lie.
They like crit too.
Yeah.
That's sick.
And then
Good
there's a
shit.
shitty fucking
awesome.
electric kit.
I don't think anybody wants that
Nobody
trinket as
wants
Miss,
it,
by the
no.
way, which is kind of crazy because it was it's like that one from the from Avarice, right? But that was for melee. This one's for ranged.
Yeah.
It's a ranged one? Interesting.
Yeah. Your builder, for me it's Demon Bolt, which isn't exactly a builder. I mean it kind of is, but it literally builds, all right, before any warlocks come at me with a knife.
There's a
But I wouldn't call it like a filler, you know?
Watch out, that rogue's gonna, that warlock's got a knife.
Make sure you grab the quest. It is not shareable.
Oh shit.
Which quest are we? Oh, it's up there.
Yeah,
The quest that I am pinging
the
relentlessly.
big ol' bitter spatter. I do love that you can turn everything into this game into crabs now. That's probably my favorite feature. It's just a bunch of crabs.
Dude, nice trinket, Andrew.
Big
Thanks.
frog. It's very funny. It's just like, why is that crab on the ceiling?
It said I want it for off spec, so I guess it's not actually a disc trinket, but I'm gonna use it
Not a
anyway.
gamer trinket, no.
My current trinket is so ass.
Is it not any good for this, or
It's not any good for anyone.
anybody?
It's good for
It's fine, probably,
Yeah,
but
it's good for
It turns my
There's like free stuff.
it gives my smite extra shadow damage, which is kind of cool. That's what I used to have.
Pretty neat.
it's not going to
Rebecca,
scale with
introduce
atonement,
someone
though, is it?
Probably not.
Unfortunate.
That kind of sucks.
Instead of listing the things that don't work with atonement, they should just list the things that do.
Honestly, if I had an offhand, I'd roll need on that mace.
I mean, having an offhand shouldn't be the determining factor of that for you. If it's good for you, it's good for you, and you should roll on it.
Yeah, you can just roll on like whatever, if you intend on
You can always
you know,
craft an
using it.
offhand.
Yeah.
Okay.
basically, don't roll on a tank trinket or healer trinket if you're a DPS, right?
Oh man.
So like
All
that's
good healer trinkets for my Fury Warrior.
Well, and even if the tanks are like, I don't need that tank trinket, then yeah, then you can go ahead.
Yeah, I would
but
definitely take it for my
just-
tank spec.
The best way to do it is to set your loot spec to your current spec, and then if you hit need, it will automatically be an off spec need. So like if I hit need on a healer trinket, it'll be off spec, and anybody that's a healer that rolls on it as main spec will get it over me because my loot spec is set to guardian.
What's the transmog theme again?
It's the hats from Dornagal. There's a picture in the transmog competition channel.
Okay, cool.
A bunch of pictures actually that'll lead you right to it. It costs a currency. You get the currency. I think just turning some wax in will give you some. You might get some from Renown. But that's the theme. I have like 6 of these crystals, so, and I'm not even trying to get them. So I assume they're easy to get.
To be honest, guys, I don't think I've seen this trash in this raid like at all. Just been like looking at other stuff in between pulls.
You do you, fam.
Dude, it's kind of nice actually. Appreciate the clearing out the trash for me.
War.
Is it alright if I go AFK for just a couple of minutes? I'm being called for some help.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Thank you.
You guys are all adults, but if you're not here when we go to pull the boss, we'll only wait so long, you know? Don't want to keep everybody waiting on you.
Getting banned.
You're not banned.
You're gonna get banned. His words, not mine. He said it.
But I do appreciate the heads up. That's always nice.
Ooh. I mean, I go feed during raid bosses, so I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You don't have a bucket?
Has anyone seen him? He hasn't moved for like a minute. We like a whole thing of mechanics already.
Auto follow.
I was taking a piss.
Yeah, I didn't really follow what Eric was talking about in the last boss fight, but I respect that he was just typing.
There he is, type it again. Don't forget to give him his hall pass.
Dude, whenever I had teachers that would give you like extra credit for not using the bathroom, I always hated that.
Shit was fucking hilarious.
It just makes no sense. Like
you can hold your pee for a whole hour.
I feel like I'm way too Canadian for that.
No, it just doesn't make like.
Yeah.
It should give you tardy if you went to the bathroom more than 5 times a semester. That's like giving a parking ticket because somebody swore. Like it just that's not the appropriate. It's not a parking ticket, right? Like I didn't park wrong. Like I don't know.
Wait, so if you had to pee, you would get penalized for it.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
In a college level AP high school class, yeah.
Yeah. All right, here's what you do: you just pee on her desk. I didn't go to the bathroom. You win.
There's been multiple skits about that. Be like, well, I'm not letting you go to the bathroom. Which is like, okay, I'm just gonna piss my pants then.
No, don't piss your pants. That ruins your day. Piss on their desk. That ruins their day.
And then we can get summons out.
Purple's got 2 Thunder Furies? Oh no. Am I looking at someone else?
One of the,
do you have the inflatable Thunder Fury?
No, I have Thunder Fury.
What?
He has
we all have 2 Thunder Furies.
Shadowlands early access. What's it called? Enchant. So okay, really quick because we're on this boss. This boss is gonna be just like the other ones. You're gonna have one phase with a brief little intermission. I wouldn't even call it that. It's so quick. But you can think of the fight that way. So basically, The boss is going to target some people with a charge. I think it should be about 4 people at this raid size. And you're going to run out to the edge of the room, and she's going to charge these people, kind of like on the failed experiments and Avarice or whatever, right? She'll charge between you guys. Try to line up so that no individual person is getting hit more than once. You can do a little box formation if you want. That's good. And you want to have them kind of close to each other, but not too close, right? Because you don't want to cleave each other. This would be a good arrangement. This is really tight, I would say, for how closely people are stacked if each of these world markers were people. But you can easily see who's getting charged first. So people get charged, and you'll drop clones behind you. You'll move back to where you were. And then after that, some people will be marked with Decimate. And what that's going to do is if I'm marked with Decimate, she's going to target me and throw a line through my character, past my character as well. And my job is to break the clones. So if I'm targeted and the boss is in the middle of the room, she'll break star and triangle, right? There's never a circumstance where you want to not break a clone. So you just want to try to break as many as possible. So in this, sorry, I missed ping. In this circumstance, you'd be fine. You don't have to stand all the way back here. I saw some people do that on like PTR videos. You'll still hit them even if you're standing in front of them. So after she decimates them, another set of clones go out, another decimate, and then she casts Shattering Sweep. We have to get away from the boss because she has a big void zone on top of her, and she'll shatter all remaining clones for a bunch of bonus damage. So I'll pop defensives at that point, and then we just do the fight again. So very briefly on like a big scale, it's going to be drop clones, right? She does her charge to drop the clones. We'll decimate them with the lines, drop more clones, decimate those, and then we'll do the big sweeping strike where we have to run out from the boss, maybe pop some defensives, and then move back in. Same thing. On normal, well, all difficulties, the clones will drop like a pool of void zone. So obviously we're going to be moving around the room counterclockwise most likely. So what we can do is we can just mark the room. We'll probably start on X, and then we'll move counterclockwise from there. Especially on normal, we can just do one zone per phase charge. So once I drop my clones in X, I can start thinking about moving to circle for my next set of clones. Or like here is fine probably. On normal, those void zones that they drop will also disappear, so it's not a super big deal that we use our space appropriately. But other than that, we're just going to hero on pull, cooldowns on pull, nothing crazy. Does anybody have any questions?
So the cologne bits, when she's shooting out stuff, so is it just, does she pick like a random group of people? Or is it just like one person that needs to shatter the clones?
It should be like 3, maybe 4 people that get the decimate. So if you see that all the clones are being handled already, make sure you're not doubling up on each other. You could just send it out into the abyss, away from the raid group, you know.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Anybody else?
What's this thing in the distance?
Where?
Over by me. Like if you keep going, there's like a green circle.
Yeah, what is that actually?
It's the boss summoning an orb. Should be another one with a purple on the other side.
Oh, Dan, he's back.
I don't know the lore.
Wait,
No,
you
it's
don't
about
know
getting
the
us.
lore?
I don't. I gotta study.
When we
know
enter
Hollow
the rage, they are summoning orbs as well in the first
I
boss.
feel betrayed by the 2 people that didn't eat the feast.
Andrew, eat your feast.
Oh yeah. Riptide Bot and Krelishar, if you guys want your food buff.
I think it's already gone.
Oh, it's gone. I was yapping about it. Let me know when you guys are ready, you two, if you want to eat food. Okay. And then Krelishar, that's I'm so bad with names. Nick, yes. He's good.
He doesn't want a well-fed buff.
Okay. Well, on tanks then.
Doesn't want free damage.
I would start here if you were ranged on X.
What, Katie?
Cameron asked where he should
5,
go.
4, 3, 2,
Yeah, right
1.
here.
Make sure we're heroing on pull. Nice job. Alright, charge is happening in 10 seconds. So this is going to be the clone dropping charge. Make sure we are doing the order right on X. If you don't have, here it is. If you don't have it, move away, guys. You on X. Okay.
Oh, somebody.
We need one person over on this far side.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Nope. That's okay. We'll still get rid of them. For the next set of charges, we'll go to Diamond. We'll just skip this next one, okay? Here comes Decimate in 5 seconds. So this is what we're going to use to break the clones. Alright, looks like we are mostly good. We're only missing one. That's not too bad. Let's forget about that one and let's just go to purple over here. We'll drop the next set of clones over here on purple. Okay, they come in 5. Go ahead and drop them over there. Nice group. Nobody's getting cleaved. Beautiful.
What clumping.
We'll get Decimate in 15. Five seconds for Decimate. Remember, we're going to break these clones. Here it is. Perfect. Alright, we're going to move out now. We're going to move out towards green or moon, just away from the boss. Pop a defensive if you can. Health stones if you need it. Just stay alive. And then that's it. We'll just repeat from here. We can drop the next set of clones on green. That's happening in 6 seconds. Nice job. We'll get arrows before our Decimate, so just make sure to watch your feet for a little bit. Decimate's coming out soon. Make sure you mark them. And we got Charge coming, but he's probably going to die.
We did it.
I think the worst feeling in the world is when I click Ultimate Penitence and then Grips follows that up with, all right, guys, now we're going to move away from the boss.
Real quick reminder, now that we're having some tier tokens drop, tier tokens are locked once you get one from this session of content. If you raid Sunday nights, you do not need to worry about not rolling here. It is per group. If you win the tier token, I put you on a list. And then all future tier tokens, you cannot roll on until everybody on your tier token has gotten a tier token. This will let us get pretty much 4 piece for every single person in like 2 weeks.
Is it worth rolling on the necklace for better itemization? I mean, I've got a 1 out of 6 hero track necklace, but it's not that great. So I'm just wondering. Yeah, I'll probably just pass on it. That's fine.
I would say that, yeah, the hero track's probably better just for raw numbers.
Yeah, just for raw numbers. It's got crit verse, haste mastery is like it's my biggin, you know, but.
Okay, we got Cameron. Druid. Your second one.
I believe we do have to kill the trash here, right? And fill up a bar or something.
I think so, yeah.
I literally did not do the trash last time.
I'm just getting my new weapon on. Marking the tier wins.
Dare challenge the might of my empire.
War.
Don't mark me. I won it, but not even my token.
Did you get a Warbound one?
Oh shit, I did. Check that out.
Is it a Paladin one? Oh no, that's the same token. Damn. It's gonna be like your Paladin's about to be.
I don't play any of those classes. Oh no.
Yeah, Colin got that last night too. You got the Warrior Evoker one. That's for anybody that's confused about what we're talking about right now. Whenever you kill a raid boss or do a Mythic Plus, you have a chance to get loot based off of the bosses or dungeons loot table that is warbound. It is completely separate roll than every other roll, so you either just get it or you don't. And it's like one tier under what the content is. So if you're doing like something that drops hero gear, it'll be a champion piece, but you can get raid trinkets and tier gear and everything to just send you a warband.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, so you can just get like,
clearing your ults.
Yep.
Would it be, I'm running a little bit late, would it be possible to hop into the normal group?
Yeah. With her demon grips with INV, and you should get an invite.
Ah. How far in
Have it working? We're on Rashanon. We're just clearing trash right now. It's a Rashanon. And we'll get a portal down after we're done with the trash here.
Thank you.
No problem.
Just the first boss that I need.
Oh, the two-hand axe or whatever it is. Mace.
The mace, yeah.
Yeah.
Mace is this.
That's okay. You'll just
back up.
The other one.
You'll just be crafting it anyway.
I think.
You'll just be.
I mean, I already have a baby crafted sword, so.
Yeah.
I needed something better. The other one was 580, so I was like, well, use my one craft.
Alright, so this boss is going to be, like the other ones, basically one phase with a brief intermission. We're going to be fighting the boss for a little bit, and then he's going to fly. We're going to interrupt him at the new spot he lands at. He's going to fly again. We're going to interrupt him, but he's going to stay there. So he's going to take like 2 steps on that intermission. That's basically all there is during the intermission. But while we're fighting him, there's going to be 3 main mechanics that you should think about. The first one is going to be these. Well, actually, is this heroic only? The webs?
I think it is. No damage.
They don't do any damage, you said?
When you break.
Yeah, I don't think they. Right, they don't bind people.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, there are going to be some debuffs that go out. The webs. We're going to have a lot of those in this first part here. You're just going to take those out. You're going to get rooted to them when you take yours out, and you just have to run a little bit to snap it. And you should be able to just do that as much as you want. It's normal, and like people are saying, I don't think there's raid-wide damage. So for webs, you just take them out, drop them, and then run out of your pool, and you'll be safe. The other one to think about is the rolling acid. If you've done Dawnbreaker, you've seen this already, except on this fight, there's going to be 2 of them instead of 1. You're going to want to take your rolling acid to the side where the green gradient is pointing away from the raid. The side where there's nothing should be facing the group of like your friends, and the green gradient should be going away from everybody. That's all that does. It's also going to clean some of the web pools, but I wouldn't think too hard about that. So just going to take that out left and right. There's 2 of them. And then there's also ads that spawn. People will be marked with the ads, and then the ads will spawn off of those people. Make sure you're not cleaving people with the little circle that's around you, and we just blow up the ads and move on. Each phase, when we are fighting them, is going to have a predominant of one kind. So when I call it, I'll say something like, we're going to have a lot of rolling acid here. Just keep in mind that you're going to have to be running those acid waves to the right or left a lot more often now than you are doing the webs and the bugs, for example. That's all that means. Other than that, anybody have any questions? We're just going to hear on poll. Pretty standard stuff. Cooldowns.
Fuck him up.
All right. We'll do a ready check. All right, on tanks.
5, 4, 3.
This is going to be a web-heavy phase at the beginning here. Here come these strands. Just make sure we dodge these. Take them out. Go in if you don't have them. Makes it easier for people. Nice job. Next up will be the waves. Make sure to take it to the correct side. You have 6 seconds on those waves. Get ready to do waves.
Don't take them too far also.
Yeah, that's
Right
the correct
there.
direction. Right there is perfect.
Little too far, but that's good.
He was dodging one of the players
Oh, okay.
there.
Yeah, you want him to hit the webs.
We'll get ads here now. Make sure you're not cleaving people with it. Should have a circle around you, I think. And you can like stun these ads and stuff, I believe. Okay, no circle on normal. Here's webs. Take these out. Nice job, guys. Blow up these ads. And we're going to be moving in 12 seconds. So don't pop any big CDs or anything. Alright, here comes the next position. Let's follow him. It's to the right. We'll drop a gateway for any stragglers. Trying to avoid those acid pools. And we're going to soak once we get to the second jump here. Forgot to mention the soak, but it's just like the first boss. We soak it and run from it so you don't get pulled in. We can drop like a Spirit Link Totem if you want on this soak. Or you just do it on Heroic, my bad. Holy moly.
It almost makes normal harder.
Alright. Nice job taking those out. Those are the right sides. This is going to be the acid phase that I was talking about. We're going to get a lot of those. Next up will be bugs. And these don't have circles, so you can actually just pile up in the middle here like we are. Here come bugs. Here they are. Blow them up. And then here come webs in 8. Take these out.
Nice. Hey, warrior stuff. Trinket any good?
Trinket's pretty good for tanks because it's flat down.
Damn, I lost both the trinket rolls.
No.
Is that trinket affected by the that garbage tank passive thing?
I think it is, but it ends up still being okay for like an option.
That's crazy. I guess it's that thing they were saying, like, even if it's 75% damage or 66 or whatever it is, like, that's still more damage than if you were wearing like an armor trinket or whatever.
It's best in slot for blood DK.
That's very nice.
Well, okay, it's best in slot from the raid. There are better like dungeon trinkets, but
yeah,
if you were just gearing from
lucky
raid,
vault.
Yeah, it's not solid. It's not terrible.
And so
None of you shall leave.
We'll go Oven X, just because I know a lot of people here have already seen it.
Any who oppose me. There is no need for us to entertain.
So that'll be left, right? I mean left, correct?
Concerns us now.
Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah, it's left.
Warrior monk.
The Queen's inner sanctum is impenetrable, but her ego is not. Causing a
Has anybody done this specific fight on normal and know, like, if there are fewer eggs or whatever?
Is it down? Oh, okay. It's
down.
Upstairs. It's down.
I did, but I was definitely not paying attention to it.
Okay.
Pretty sure
Fewer circles go out. It's the same number of eggs.
Fewer. Oh, that's weird. I wonder if the canister drains more slowly. Yeah, that would be actually really nice for ease.
Pull a camp back.
It patted into us.
jobbers are just back here being like, I'm gonna shadow bolt you.
Hey, that's me, okay?
Wait a minute. Oh, my shadow bolt stuff. No, I haven't had much of a chance to play with you guys, but let me tell you about some of the stuff that's happening. So, in the past 20 days for my wedding, two of my groomsmen have dropped out, including my best man. And the priest just told us that he would not be able to officiate our wedding, so now we have to get another priest.
Andrew is available?
I don't know if he can come to North Dakota.
You would
I'll
need a
make it
mage
work.
for that, right?
Yeah.
Port him over.
Sadly,
Sorry to
I
hear
don't
that, though.
have-
That sounds frustrating.
Yeah, dude, you have no idea. It's literally been like the past 20 days. All the shit. We ordered programs and everything, and now we have to go through all the programs that we ordered, and we have to white out all the people who aren't showing up on the programs. And there's like 250 of them.
Are they not showing up for a good reason or a not good reason?
Well, my older brother was going to be my best man, but he got a job that's like life-changing money, and he told me that he couldn't make it because they tried to. He asked them for a flexible like interview, like a date, but it turns out it was those days. It was that Friday and Saturday because we're getting married that Saturday on the 21st. So he's like, I'm sorry, I really wish I could be there, but I can't. How the
You get a life grip?
Get over there,
guys.
You're
Wait,
out of
why are we
range for the grip.
So
Maybe if you jump.
All right, ready, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh my god!
Alright, well, the rest of people are gonna have to get summoned then.
bag ass. Yeah, and then
Oh, you're way less. It's 6 per zone.
Okay, that's not bad. I'm assuming it's gonna be 2 circles at a time then. Sorry. Go ahead, Professor.
No, you're good. One of my other groomsmen, he's like, hey, so I didn't order the stuff soon enough, so I'm gonna look completely different. I was like, what do you mean you didn't order the stuff? He's like, well, I wasn't gonna order it until this week. I was like, wait, why? Well, I had questions, and I was like, so why didn't you text me? You have my phone number. And in fact, we have a group chat with all the groomsmen. So why didn't you just ask a question? And he's like, I don't know why you're getting upset. I was like, why would I not be getting upset? You're ham boning me.
Yeah, there's so many things. Our wedding is coming up in 3 weeks, and there's just so many like small things that's just like blown up.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, not like that. I was thinking, wow, I mean, that sucks for you, but it's kind of making me feel better about the things that went wrong for us. They're much smaller than that.
Just you guys wait. I'm gonna make waves.
I'll kill you.
Let's watch the middle. I
It'll be
think
worth
the
it.
boss spawns in the middle in 13 seconds.
Don't run through the middle.
Like,
Somebody
we'll
grip
bury you
Obito.
in the river during the wedding and double it as your funeral.
That's impressive.
That is.
Like I said,
Impressive.
it'll be worth it.
The ultimate swirly.
Alright, so
Nature's swirly.
in the best interest of our time, I'm going to start talking about this boss. We do have 3 quadrants here. I'm not going to call them tridents. I'm sorry, I'm just not. But
How dare you?
we're going to have this first area. You can see all these different eggs. The big chunky eggs are going to spawn spiders. The tall eggs, like this one right here, are going to spawn worms that we have to interrupt. And the little eggs, the little clusters, are going to spawn parasites that we have to basically focus down. They're going to fixate people. If they are fixating you, don't let them get to you. They'll infest you and spawn more, and it gets out of hand. So, but you can CC them. You can stun them and stuff like that. So that's my recommendation for those. In each quadrant, there's going to be a predominant kind. So in this one that we're in right now, it's going to be the spiders, and that just means the tanks have to go into overtime. They may call for personals. That's mostly like a healer thing, but that's mostly a tank thing to think about for the big crabs. We're just going to AoE those down, obviously. In the next quadrant, it's going to be worms. A lot of interrupts over there as well. So we're going to have to watch interrupts. And the last one, which hopefully we don't get to, but we'll have more parasites, so we have to kite those a bit more, stun them, burst them down. The main mechanic that causes a boss to phase is he's going to go to the closest canister, which are these little Kool-Aid things, and break it, and it's going to start seeping out like a ground effect that's going to move out from the canister very slowly over like 2 minutes or something. If that ground effect comes into contact with any egg, it'll automatically break the egg, so the mob will spawn, and the spawn will be mutated. It'll have a bunch of health, it'll have bonus effects, so we don't want to let that happen. Instead, we are going to be marked, individual players, some people, with experimental dosage, which allows you to stand next to an egg, and when that debuff expires, it'll break open the egg. And then you can then fight the mob without it being mutated and crazy and awful. So, the most important thing is that we focus the closest eggs to the canisters. This one right here is going to be, for example, the first one that we do. Depending on how many we get, we're going to do like this one to the left, this one to the right, and this middle one right here. And then we're going to do probably like this one right here, this one right here, and then lastly we'll do these two back here. We'll move the boss around, so mostly you just have to pick the ones that are closest. But some things to keep in mind, it looks like these ones are paired up, which is awesome. You don't see that in Heroic. Make sure both eggs get hit by your debuff, because we do want to break out as many as possible with our debuffs. That's going to come back later to bite me in the ass, but we'll see how it goes with that. And then, yeah, we'll just move across the room. We'll do the same thing over and over. I'll try and mark them as well with ones that I would suggest, but it's kind of hard to tell right now without knowing the exact number of debuffs that we're going to get. Most important thing, if you get a debuff, bring it to an egg that nobody else is on with a debuff, the closest eggs to the center of this, like, not center, but the canister or whatever that we're working on. That's pretty much it, I think, right? For DPS. It's
Interrupt
like rot
worms if
damage
you
here
have to.
too. Yeah, worms, we got to interrupt, so make sure the best thing to do is like interrupt them once and just kill them super quick. Then you don't ever have to interrupt them again, right? But we'll hero on pull, cooldowns on pull, and we'll just see how this goes. All right. Any questions, by the way? It makes a lot more sense once you see the fight.
So the goal is to get a debuff and then crack the eggs open as many as we can on this
Yep.
side?
But you can't choose if you get a debuff. So if you do get selected, it's like a dark purple circle around you, like a shadow form on a shadow priest. It'll be like that kind of color, big circle or little circle.
Gotcha. Okay. Makes sense to
5,
me.
4,
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
So I have some free pad time here before the boss goes to the juice container. Dodge these, don't soak these, dodge, dodge. We're gonna get egg breaks in 10 seconds, it looks like. Remember, we're gonna get the ones closest to the boss's juice container here. It's gonna be Squeedweedle and Purple Rogue. I would get this blue one over here. Oh, that one's fine, that one's fine. You're on it right now. Excellent choice. Remember, we gotta blow up these ads that spawn here. I'm gonna stun them to start. Make sure you kite them if you got eyes above you. Next up, it's going to be square and orange for our egg breakers, okay? Here they are in 6 seconds. Be ready to run your eggs out. Your egg breaks. It's going to be Finneman and Obito. Looks like Finneman's on orange. Go to blue.
Obito.
Over here,
Obi. The marked eggs.
That's alright. Finneman, you got the blue one. Appreciate the moving there. We'll have to get unmarked blue again.
We missed the cluster there too.
Okay, let's see if we can just fight through it. So don't break the egg cluster. We probably won't even be able to. They're gonna patch open by the ground effect. Just focus on blue and orange for now. When the eggs do break out, we do have to kill them though. It's really important that we stun them. They're gonna open probably any second now. I'll start with a Shadow Fury. Shadow Furying them. And just blow these out. Make sure you're not getting fixated if you're close to them. Here's our egg breaks. Nazarene's on blue. We need somebody on orange. I'm just gonna trust you over there. My POV's all messed up.
Yeah, we should be good.
Okay. Here's parasites. Make sure we're stunning them and stuff. Alright, so this next one, we're gonna do star. Hopefully it does not get cracked open, but if it does, we need to make sure we keep interrupts going. Yeah, it's probably gonna crack open here, so let's be ready for these. If tanks need a personal, they can call for it, but we should be fine.
Yeah, I'll be good.
Okay, just one guy.
Yeah.
And make sure we just get interrupts on the worms. And then we can just kill boss, honestly.
Man, why do we struggle so much on this guy?
We should have just did that yesterday.
Yeah.
What, miss 5 eggs? And
Mr. Negative over here, gosh.
Well done.
A sticky sweet treat.
How does that... I don't even see it as an option to roll on.
You have to have cooking.
For what it is worth,
oh, there it is.
The gruesome syringe is very, very good for holy priests, and that's about it.
Oh, but
it's pretty good for Mistweaver,
it's
too.
okay for Disc and Mistweaver. Sorry, I missed. It was on the other side of my screen.
Dude, lore checked. That's my new main, Mistweaver. What does the sticky treat even do?
I don't know, but I really
It says
want
be a kid again.
Be a kid again.
It turns you into a child.
it switches your game to classic.
You look like a murder hobo with all your mismatched armor. You'd equip Ravager.
Magi.
Let's go, my the wrist went on transmog. That feels bad, dude. It's literally the first week of raiding.
Also normal loot.
True.
Are you trying to roll in the agility staff, Cameron?
Wait, actually, I don't know why we're going up here. We should be going to the right side of the room where Princess is, right? I don't want to be doing Silken Court right now.
Why not?
True.
It's a bit more difficult.
And this
Just
is
a bit.
upstairs.
I think we can... Nah, yeah, good call.
Nexus Princess is a hard fight.
It's...
Yeah, I don't think Nexus Princess is hard. But
Silken Court is.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Silken Court has 3 kind of unique phases, 2 unique intermissions.
But do we have to boogie in?
Have to?
Forward.
You get to?
Smashing Mac.
It wasn't even like the quotes themselves that were funny to me, it was the enunciation that went into it. There was so much explosion behind Boogie Down.
Boogie Down!
Props to those
I will
voice
get the
actors,
soundboard,
mate.
don't tempt me.
I disabled the soundboard in this channel because I'm a Chad.
Good decision.
I
I'm
mean,
a
clearly
soundboard
it hasn't-
enjoyer, but like that is once that box gets open, sometimes it's like
Yeah.
you can't get the toothpaste back in.
It's one of those things where I'm like, I really want to play the soundboard, but if I do, other people will just go ham.
Hold on, we need to back up for a minute. Where the fuck are you buying toothpaste in a
Yeah,
box?
you get it from a fucking box.
I mix metaphors
I know
there
we
for a
get milk in
second.
a bag, but toothpaste in a box?
I didn't even catch that. I thought he said 2.
Toothpaste in
He
a
said
box?
box. He was like, you know where you get your toothpaste from.
Well,
your box,
I started
you know?
the metaphor with like you open the box, and I ended it with toothpaste.
Toothpaste out of the tube. Yeah.
My toothpaste tubes sometimes come in a box.
Yeah. I sometimes come in my toothpaste.
Maybe don't tell people that.
Oh. Oh, no.
Is that like a secret for
Foul.
whiter teeth?
It was so peaceful.
Oh.
Alright, let me hand it
I know. Almost made it one day without degenerate nonsense.
I mean, if we did, we'd have to get rid of our banner, and we cannot do that. It's not
Now
acceptable.
that now that Eric has said that, I'm gonna post a picture. Why am I getting dragged?
Wait, hold up.
Because you're a queen?
I don't like pictures related to what Eric just said.
Right.
It's gonna be in
I
the.
missed half of it. What did Eric just say?
He said sometimes I come in my toothpaste tube. Posted it in the general WoW.
Can you not get the logistics of it? Like,
who did we lose?
Purple Rogue.
Oh, okay. He said he would only be around for a little bit tonight.
That's okay.
Toxic?
Oh, we got BOE!
God damn it, Jason!
Yeah!
Trade that to blue.
Yeah, trade that to Blue Barrel.
Slippies?
Before I hit accept, let me just... Humble's Prime Slime Slippers. I like the name of that.
That's a little too topic appropriate.
I was hoping I'd have the cross, just not so soon. You have seen too much.
Okay, this boss properly has 2 phases.
And a cool intro animation.
Very cool. So for this boss, the main thing you're going to want to be thinking about is assassination, which then turns into Twilight Massacre, which kind of functions the same way. Basically, she's going to target people. You're going to run your buff, your circle where you get targeted, out of the raid, and I'll show markers for that later, but you run it out, you'll drop it, a clone will be there, and you'll run back into the group. And then shortly after that, portals will spawn there and start pulling people around the room. They'll be pulled towards that portal. If you have portals pulling you in both directions, you will barely move at all. So that's going to be the goal. You can see this room is kind of split into 6 parts. So I'm going to mark those. And ideally, I think, I'm not sure about normal, but you'll start with 4 portals, and then you'll go to 5 portals, and then like 6, and then you phase. Might be less on normal, but just be prepared for that. It's not super important which one of these marks you go to, but just go to one of them. That way, for example, if every single one of these markers is filled, except for blue and yellow, you can stand in the middle of the boss and just be gently pulled in this direction a little bit, and you can just run against that. So that's good. Other than that, once we go to the second phase, the boss is going to slice off parts of this room with a little ground effect. In these like 6 pattern slices you can see, and she'll just rotate with like that ground effect. So you'll see it appear there, and then it'll deal damage, and then it'll rotate, I believe, clockwise. One good thing about this is you can just stand like where I'm standing, near the line. If the ground effect is happening to my right, it happens, and then I can move into that afterwards while it channels in the left now, and then I'll be good. Then we go back to the other first phase and we're good. During that phase, the intermission, there's a lot of damage going out too, so make sure we use like personals and stuff like that, healing cooldowns. One thing to note, when you're getting the targeted debuff, and then you're dropping your clone, and then they turn into portals, that whole pattern. The first one is the only one you actually get targeted on your exact position. For this, the second and the third, you actually get targeted with a dash. And you'll get targeted by one of them, and you'll know if you're targeted because the line coming from the boss will be red instead of purple. Your goal there, let's say mine is on Moon, somebody dropped theirs there, and I'm the second one, I have a line. I'm actually going to run it ideally kind of out of the raid, so right here would be perfect. My line will be going this way, out of the raid. You can do it to the side instead as well, that's probably okay, but we really don't want to be aiming these directly into the raid, because then other people will start getting cleaved, taking a bunch of bonus damage, and then you'll also be dropping your portal in the middle of the raid as well, so we don't want any of that. Oh, okay, I think somebody's correcting me that the ground effect and the intermission may be on heroic only, so if that's the case, especially if that's the case, then stack up and receive healing during that phase. Other than that, I don't want to get too much into the weeds about it. We'll hero on pull. And we'll probably blow it up. If not, we'll adjust. Does anybody have any questions?
No.
Okay. I'll do a ready check. I haven't seen this fight, besides like the kill videos I've watched, so bear with me while I get my bearings sorted on it.
Oops.
Bear with me. Very good. Alright, untanks.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, phantoms are happening in 7, so if you get targeted, make sure to take it to one of the shapes. I'm on star.
Moon.
Alright, now just move back into the middle, and we're going to get sucked towards the portal, so try to be in the middle of the room. Very nice. We'll get orbs, I think, as well. Just dodge these. Coming from the portals. Nope. Okay, looks like we're fine. Here's these dashes. Take them out if you're red. Yours is red. Take them out. Nice job. I don't think people got cleaved there. That's perfect. These are just line ground effects. Just dodge them. Nothing crazy. And we'll get more portals. Stand in the middle of the raid if you can. We'll get more dashes. Remember, if you have a red line, you're being targeted. Very nice.
Somebody in the raid is right through the raid.
Daggers, dodge these. We'll have our last set of portals, and then we'll be phasing. We gotta run against this. Can we drop a running totem or something? Oh, it's not even that bad. But thank you. I heard a stampeding in the totem. Appreciate you guys. This is gonna be our stage 2. So we'll see what happens here. We will get fire rat ground effects here too, so just make sure you're not getting hit by these. Stand still if you have them, and walk along your line if you have to. Otherwise, just stand still with your line. There's no need to move.
So sad they put that back in.
If you don't have to move, don't move. It's on everybody else's responsibility to move out of the lines. Very nice, and we just rinse and repeat. Here come our new phantoms in 8. Remember to go to a shape.
You're next.
I'm on circle.
Nice job. So we're going to be pulled a lot towards this side of the room, like I said when I was explaining the fight, so over here is perfect. And we'll just run against this. Could run towards blue or just stand in the middle of the room will probably be a good balance. Here comes the dashes. Take them out if you are targeted with the red line. We have a lot going through the raid, guys. Somebody's not moving.
You have to look at the line to see if it's targeting you.
Nice job, though. That was very clean. Besides the end there, I think a lot of people got clean, but that's okay.
Impressive. But did you believe you were fighting the real thing? I will leave the queen to you.
Oh, stop yapping. I want my loot.
Right.
I will let your bounties grow before I collect. Until then, watch your back.
Wash
Oh,
your
is she gonna
back.
show up in the
There's the Regicide. Ooh. Cool item. Oh, and then the 2-piece item.
My goodness. Look at
Best
that.
for assassination.
Top
Dude,
loot.
I need that for transmog so bad.
Roll it
Looks
for
cool.
like 13s. You gotta love it. This is pinnacle. Pinnacle gaming. I'll just take my crests and go home. Thank you.
Give me that tier piece.
Damn it. It said I was winning.
Exposing the ethereal as the queen questions.
I have never won a roll yet.
She is losing the grip.
Week 1 wins with transmogrification roll.
There you go. Big ups.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah, I won the agility staff.
I see another one of those green guys casting blue.
Oh, that's weird. They didn't make it so transmog rolls like roll class agnostic. Even though like you unlock the transmog class agnostic.
Is there like a main transmog for like if it's a male piece, then like priest would get it as an alt transmog? Is that how that works?
It looks like it just doesn't roll. Or it might be like a main system because I'm looking at the rolls and like the leather wearers that can't use daggers, like the monks and the demon hunters, they don't have a number.
Likely to cover your own treachery. After I rend them.
That's nice that there's no trash. So I am not going to do the whole ramble thing on this fight. I've been trying to keep it pretty short, but this fight does have 3 phases with 2 intermissions that are kind of similar, kind of unique. One thing I do want to address, just watching videos and people make mistakes. During the first intermission, you're going to play like Simon Says or something like that, right? Basically, you see these quadrants in the room, just like the fight we just did.
Mm-hmm.
During the first intermission, the boss is going to cover all sections of the room with web. But you have to watch the order that they get covered in because that's the same order in which they explode. So my goal is if this quadrant I'm in gets targeted first, and then let's say some other ones get targeted, and then this one right here gets targeted last, or even third, I'll stand in this one. This first one will blow up, and then I can move in it because it's safe now. I see a lot of people die to that kind of stuff, so just explaining that now. And then...
So just overlap them without killing yourself.
Right, yeah, you just don't want to be in the one that's going to blow up most, like the soonest, as like the main idea. Just trying to avoid a lot of deaths there, but we'll go phase by phase. I'll try and explain the fight. There's a lot going on. I would like it if people are interested in being a web doer. That would be greatly appreciated. Does anybody know what the web mechanic is and want to do it?
Naz can do it.
Naz?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but Burma can do it.
I would prefer that healers don't. I appreciate you offering, but I prefer not to. So I'll do it.
I can do it if you want me to.
I would prefer range do it as well.
Wow. No.
Okay. So we got
except for you.
Yeah. Except if you have bad
slowly
transmog
working his
and
way up to Volin telling someone.
So Naz and myself, so both warlocks, Xenos has offered, and Cameron.
I can do it if you want.
Okay. Do you know how it works, Fu?
Yes.
If I call you for backup? Okay. So I'll have you as backup.
Would it be alright if we like try to practice it? Because we'll need to do it with multiple in heroic. Would it be like okay if we just like do it anyway, just to get practice?
Oh yeah, of course. If you want to do it, then by all means be my guest. I'd be very appreciative of that. So we'll have Fu then. Fu, Xenos, myself, and Naz will be doing the webs. But if one of us dies, then because I'm pretty sure you don't get locked down on normal. Is that correct? Well, we'll try it like that and see what happens.
Doing it back to back.
Normal, you don't get debuffed.
Okay.
On heroic,
right.
So I'll pair up with Xenos then.
Yep, Xenos.
So I think you need to be in the same web with them to like get that pairing.
Yep. So just so everybody knows, because especially if you're in the heroic group, you will be expected to do it at some point probably. The ground mechanics will spawn. They're just like these little piles of web. You're going to go in with your partner, and at least one of you has to touch the middle web. The middle like web bomb thing, and what that'll do is it'll link both of you, and when the boss goes to do his charge, you have to spread that web across the charge space in order to stop him from reaching the wall there. I just forgot, I'm calling out 2 groups.
Web, right?
Yes, basically. You're like clotheslining him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We actually need 1 group on normal, is that correct?
That's correct.
I got ahead of myself there. Okay, so I'll do it with Fu then, just so I can get a feel for it when I'm barking at people about how to do it and I haven't tried it. So we'll get it, but be ready, if other people, if I die or something and I need somebody else to do it, I need somebody to step in and do it. During the first phase is the only time we have to do it manually. Other than that, the second phase, the most important thing is going to be the dispel. Were you going to say something, Blue?
Yeah, for when you're grabbing the web to create the clothesline, it's a circle with like an egg sac in the middle. The web clothesline is created when you touch the egg sac in the middle, and you just need the other person to be in the circle when the egg sac is touched.
Right, like on that ground effect, right?
Yeah. Yep. Just so you're not like both standing there like waiting for it to happen.
Right, somebody's got to touch the centerpiece for sure.
You got to touch the sac.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody's got to do it. So, other than that, that's like the main thing. There's other stuff happening, but a lot of it's just dodge stuff, right? So I want you to focus on that for the first phase. For the second phase, we're going to do the dispels. I'm going to mark an area here. Let's do, I like orange. We'll just mark it like, we'll do a couple spots depending on where we are when it happens. But if you get marked with it's like a swarm or something like that, it's basically a magic debuff. Make sure that you are not standing near people when that gets dispelled. Basically what's going to happen is we're just going to run the debuff to the magic boss guy here, the tall one. And when you can call for yourself to be dispelled, so I would say dispel demon grips, and your debuff will go onto the boss, and after the boss gets 3 of those debuffs, he'll be stunned. So if you don't have the debuff during that phase, it's really important that you stand outside far from this guy, right? Because it jumps to the closest person, so that's why I'm marking the room. You can stand on green or orange, let's say, somewhere far out. And then the last phase, I don't believe you have the dispels, but you have both the web pull in and the charge. Does that sound correct, guys?
I think so.
Okay. And there won't be web piles for us to pick up, so Fu and myself will not break our web so that we can trip him when he goes to do his burrow, which always happens about 10 seconds after the web pull in, so we don't have to be stuck being slow for too long. Other than that, I just want to get some pulls in. I'm not gonna. I mean, I said I wouldn't yap, and then I did. So I'll do a ready check. Does anybody have any specific questions?
Grips, one thing. I think the dispels is in phase 3.
It is. Yes.
It is. So 2 and 3. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, it'll apply in both phases 2 and 3. All right.
When are we hearing?
On tanks. We'll hero on pull.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I will have your style. Eyes are faulty.
Cameron tried to drag the boss on top of the caster a little bit more.
Make sure we spread out with these, obviously.
Like, come
looks
over.
like wet bombs are happening.
Come over there, Cameron, so that they're stack.
Yeah. Fu, let's take this one to the right. Oh, let's run out. Let's take this one. And we'll just chill with this for a little bit here. Here comes a charge in 4 seconds.
You can see how far your partner is.
Yeah. Alright, Fu and I got this. We're gonna spread it across. Don't stand in the yellow. And blow up the boss. Yes, that's correct. Good call.
Tiny fixate bugs are CCable.
Right, let's get those for sure. There's one over there. Here come more ads, it's saying.
Yeah, you want to make sure you actually run from the scarabs too.
Scarabs are out, fixating. Try and run them through the boss if you can. Here's our web bombs. I'm gonna come around to you, Fu. And then we can just soak this one to our left. Here comes a charge in 5, let's soak it. Looks like we might have to run a bit. I'm gonna go across.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So we're definitely gonna drop a spirit link or something. Ugh. Yeah, there's nothing gonna save there. Let's get a soulstone on like a healer, please. I mean, soulstone or some kind of battle res.
Okay.
I have a soulstone, but it's gonna expire in 45 seconds.
Everybody
You'll be
just
good.
died. We're good.
Yeah, everybody just dies. Just make sure we have a battle res up. Thank you guys. So we saw a lot of the mechanics there.
Stack.
Irma will onk.
We don't need to onk.
Oh.
We have a bunch of battle reses out right now. Okay, and you can see these are the Simon Says. You can see how they're not exploding until they're all covered pretty much.
And they pulse right before they explode.
Yeah.
Do not release.
I see what you mean. That fight is a little hectic.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, but we'll get it figured out.
I think that was just the extra damage from the web plus the like raid wide AoE. I could
Yeah.
timed my personals better there.
That's alright. That's why we're seeing it here. Give me 1 second. I just want to pull one other thing up.
Oh, these aren't the good food table.
The good food tables are pointless.
Well,
it takes 10 feasts to make them. And
shit,
I
really?
I used them last night in our heroic, and we didn't even die 30 times. And we spent like 2 hours dying on the same boss.
Yeah, but I have to remember to eat this way. Won't somebody think of the convenience?
Think of the children. Think of the children.
Okay, I have a Method Raid Tools healing cooldown thing up, but it is not for this group. But these are just the main things that we're going to have to think about. The yellow abilities are going to be intermission. The green abilities are going to be the Reckless Charge. So even when we do the mechanic properly by stopping him, when he burrows underground, it still does a lot of damage. So if we want to have, for example, Riptide, if you want to take the first healing cooldown during the burrow for Reckless Charge, and then let's say Burma, you want to take the second one for the next charge,
Sure.
and then I believe 2 minutes should be up. Yeah, 2 minutes should be up, and we'll do the same thing for the Web Vortex. Riptide, you'll get the first one. Burma, you'll get the second one. And then again, in the third phase, it'll actually just be both mechanics. And then the other healers, you can focus on healing during the intermissions if you want to pop big cooldowns there. Let's just try that and see how it goes. Do a ready check.
If one more harpoon touches my drake, I'll slay your miserable
Did you see my message, Crips?
Sorry, I have a lot of whispers here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll do one more and then we'll break for about 10 minutes. All right, everyone's ready on tanks. And these do share health, so you don't have to focus too much on balancing your damage.
2, 1.
I will have your scars. Your lives are forfeit.
Looks like we'll be getting ads first. Here's our ads. If you're getting fixated, make sure they don't reach you.
Parcels is under them.
Alright, this is going to be Riptide's cooldown. Let's go ahead and get our web. I'll pop it. We're kind of right in spot for it. Move a little bit over for me. Thank you. I just want to pop it.
Make sure you bring the scarabs through the boss when you get them.
Here come more ads in 5. If you're getting fixated, make sure you don't get eaten. Here come more webs. Dodge these. Here comes our burrow. I'm going to dodge this real quick. And then Fu, we'll take this one on green. Let's take it now. This is going to be Burma's healing cooldown. Let's go over here. Let's get this one.
Quickly, I'm gonna blink across.
Okay, go ahead.
Your stench is stronger than your bite of rush.
Alright, this is the first intermission. This is going to be the Simon Says. We can pop, you know, some Resto Druid cooldowns or Priest cooldowns if we want.
The phase ends when we break the shield.
That's correct.
Ascent is innate.
A good way to do it too is stand next to the one that spawns first, let it explode, and then just go into that one.
Alright, on this one, we'll get pulled in with the web instead of the burrow. So for that, we'll start with Riptide's cooldown. And that is happening in 21 seconds. Will you have Ascendance for that? Okay, we'll use Healing Tide and stuff for, what's it called?
The debuff isn't until the intermission, right?
I believe those are happening 6. So we'll start with the web, and then we'll get the debuffs. Don't dispel immediately, healers. Give them a second to run out. So we all have to run out. Run away from your partner and break that. Yeah, break. And then if you have the debuff, go on top of the boss. So that's going to be, it looks like Fu, Finneman. Oh, I can't see it. There's a lot of debuffs out.
Fu. Looks like Jer has one. Finneman has one. Jer, you gotta get next to the boss. Otherwise, that happens.
Is that when we? Oh, we didn't interrupt with the 3. Okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Well, we had one person with the debuff that just stood next to the big.
Okay. So yeah, just to be clear, if you have the debuff there, you'll be able to see it on the side. Does it look different when you have it? Does your character get larger or look different?
You get some like white spidery webs surrounding you.
Okay, so if you have that on you after that first intermission, make sure to go into the center of the room and call for a dispel with your name. I heard some people do it. They did a great job. And then the boss will be stunned. Good progress, though.
Do not release.
Too late. I have no fear.
So you didn't have Ascendance for the first web vortex. Is that correct? Oh, okay. That's all right. You don't have to. I was just suggesting, just because been kind of strapped for time. Got some IRL stuff happening, but that is totally fine. Does it seem like the web vortex does a bunch of damage for you guys, at least on normal? Oh, we can't go on break. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, let's do a break 10, and I'll interrogate you guys after. I kind of like this fight, I'm not gonna lie.
I think I've liked all the fights so far, but granted, I've only done them like once or twice.
Yeah, I think they're doing a pretty good job.
Cool stuff. I think Rashomon feels a little just like tame. I feel like I wish there was something else. It feels like you can just stand there.
Yeah, I have like a soft spot for Rashomon because a lot of the guides I was watching were saying that the abilities were kind of random, but there's actually a very specific order for them, and I like sat down and like figured it out, and I was like super happy about that. But if I'm looking at it without having that stupid, Excel spreadsheet fun, it is you're just kind of fighting. I feel like the coolest thing about it is if you're an execute class, you get more execute, right? That's not really saying a whole lot. Have you seen the Mythic? It's like a triangle with the waves instead of just 2.
Oh, no, I haven't.
It's kind of crazy. It's not like clearly reflected in the Adventures guide, but I was watching a video of it and it just looks totally different.
I think the dopamine for me is I did it in LFR on my Demon Hunter ult, and you can like dash over the gap.
Oh, like in the middle?
Yeah, you can just like ignore it and double dash across, I think.
Like all the way across, or just like cutting corners?
Like horizontally, I think you can make it. I think long ways probably not.
Dude. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. You need to be Havoc for that, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, giving Havoc I give Havoc a shot every like couple months, or not a couple months, maybe like every 6 months. I think it's finally clicked for me. It feels very arcane magey in the sense that it's like, all right, here's your burst window, hit this very specific set of buttons, or else.
Yeah, I've never played Havoc. I tried playing Vengeance, and it just never. I felt like I understood it and didn't understand it at the same time. I also just don't like Soul Bomb or whatever, and Soul Cleave. Like, they just feel weird as spenders.
I found it weird that there was, I found myself hitting a lot of buttons when I like didn't have the resources for them or something, which felt bad.
Yeah.
Or when I tried Vengeance. That was coming from like only ever playing Bear Tank, which like you just spam stuff and you always have stuff to hit.
Yeah. It's cool. I like the utility it has, especially in like Dragonflight, but every time I was playing it, I was just kind of like... I played a lot. I tanked a ton in Dragonflight, and there were bosses I would go up against, super low item level, on any tank, and I'd be fine. And I do it on the Demon Hunter, and I'm like, I'm just playing like shit. I don't know what it is, but my like understanding the defensives does not click here.
Yes, because so much of it I think is like built into the rotation as opposed to being dedicated buttons. So it's never like, or very rarely it's like, oh, I hit this defensive button. It's like, oh, I need to stack up my Fury and then
dude, yeah,
a bunch of Soul Cleaves to stack up the Frailty or whatever. Which
I don't play Bear and I don't play Vengeance, and it's because I don't like Iron Fist stacking. And Frailty, as far as I know, is the same, right?
Now that you say that, I suppose that's I like that take, but I've never thought of that before.
Yeah, so like that whole thing of like, because and not because it's like dumb or easy or whatever. I think there's a lot of nuance to being like, I need to have some Iron Furs. I need like 5 Iron Furs for this tank buster and this big key or whatever. That's cool. It just I can't do it. I don't know. I can't do it, man. It doesn't make sense to me. I rather just pop my Celestial Brew and call it a day.
Brewmaster's like on my list of things to try. I feel like I would enjoy it, but I've just never had the mental throughput to want to like learn it.
I really like it. There's some good advice and some bad advice if you're trying to learn brew. I would say
now is a good time to learn it with the 2 stacks of Celestial. It's kind of fantastic.
Oh, with the Master of Harmony.
What is Celestial Brew? What does that do?
It's like a big absorb shield.
It's the one that gives instrument absorb, and because you have 2 stacks of both of them now, you sort of just like always sit on one charge and just always smack it so it doesn't sit capped, and there's a lot less thought involved.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, I would recommend my 2 recommendations, because you'll see a lot of guides if you do check it out. Don't take Blackout combo. It's a lot of mental like thinking for somebody that's new to the spec, and if you just take Blackout combo and you don't actually think about it, it can kind of screw you over a lot if you're wasting it on like Purifying Brews.
Oh, okay.
It's like you're just not gaining anything from it. I would literally put it into anything else until you get comfortable with the class. And then everybody says to take Press C Advantage, but that's the alternative. It's like a passive to taking Weapons of Order, which is like a cooldown. However, I would say take Weapons of Cooldown and just press it on cooldown, if that's what you're worried about.
Take Weapons of Cooldown?
Sorry, I was thinking ahead. Press Weapons of Order just on cooldown, and then you don't really have to think about it. You don't have to play. There's technically a right way you should do the rotation, but you'll get more value out of that than passively doing Press the Advantage and not playing around Press the Advantage. If you're just doing, it's a passive and I'll take it. It actually... I know it's like another button and all that stuff, but the value you get from just pressing the cooldown and just treating it like Avatar or something from a warrior is way higher than slotting into Press the Advantage, which, it's a passive, but you actually have to play around it a lot more to actually get value. So, but I mean, you can still take it too. It's not like a big deal, but those would be my suggestions, because I also feel like Weapons of Order is really fun.
May I have a reminder on what to do so I don't blow up the raid again like last time?
Oh, you're good. The main thing is, if you have a debuff, you're going to have like sticky webs and bugs around you or something, people said. During that second phase and the third phase, that's a possibility for you to have. If you have that debuff, you need to run it on top of the boss after you break out from the web pool. So what that's going to look like in the second phase and third phase is we'll get pulled into the boss, and you'll have to break your webs if you're not a web doer, which is pretty much everybody. So you get pulled in, run out and break your webs, and then you're going to run back in and say, Dispel Jerdormu. and one of the healers hopefully will be able to dispel you, and that your debuff will go on the boss instead of on an ally. Specifically in the center of the room, the big, tall, skinny guy. You can't do it on the bug dude.
Okay, so just to reiterate, once I get webbed up, I got to run to the center and then take a hit of something, and then you tell the healers I need to dispel.
I think that sounds right. Right? Sorry, I was reading something. Yeah, you get pulled in, you run out and break your web, then you run back in and call for a dispel.
Hey, real quick, I'm just gonna run my dogs out. Should be just a few minutes. I'm sorry if I'm not back before the break, but I mean I can always die and you guys can pull. So.
Okay.
The professor let the dogs out.
I did in fact do that.
For the later times we have to stop the charge, when it's not targeted from running over the webs, it's from the pull-in. Are we going to get guaranteed who is paired up for that? Or is that going to be
so
just has to react?
If I'm understanding it correctly, what happens is the web pull-in binds you to one person. So when you get pulled in, you'll see a lot of the raid. Some people say you should run out as a group, but you can't because you have to break your web with somebody random. It is going to be a random person, so that is the unfortunate part. I would say that's actually a really good call. I didn't even think about that. Thank you for bringing that up.
Range that feel like they want to try it should try to run whoever they're tied to.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah. We'll say ranged, keep yours. If you're a melee, you can just break it. And then whoever's left over, hopefully there's at least one. And we can go from there.
Otherwise, we can just slam some big defensives.
Yeah, I saw that cheese strat.
I was watching a little bit of like the Race World first streams, and they were just like, ignore it in that phase and just like slam barrier and like AMZ and everything.
That's so funny.
So keeping the bind does actually cause damage every half second. So
right, but it's a necessary evil to stop the boss, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying if we don't want like 8 people just doing it.
Oh, yeah. I'm just hoping that enough ranged, enough healers, enough tanks. Enough melee, enough healers, enough tanks automatically break theirs, and then we're left with like 2 to 3 groups. But we'll see how it actually ends up working. Okay. Alright, my thing is not telling me that break is over. But I believe it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I see some people offline. Let's go ahead and summon Thick Magi.
Can
is Gosling?
Yeah,
does anybody know?
He had to step out.
Okay, that's all right. We don't have to kick him, right? It'll just automatically adjust the health, or what do you think?
You should remove him just so he's not on the frames.
Okay, good point. Just like a dead zone. You're like casting over there and nothing's going to that guy. Okay. Looks like we should be good. Anybody have any questions now that we're back after break?
Nope.
All right. Well, we says. Oh, also, Professor said he was stepping away, so I'm going to have to remove him.
Okay.
Will the boss's health adjust automatically, or do we have,
he has to zone out, and then we have to wait.
Okay. In the meantime, we did discuss. Was it food? Did you bring up the thing about the randomness with the debuffs in last phase, or the web? Okay. Yeah, he brought up a good point about. I can't guarantee that I will be webbed to Fu in that last phase. It's very likely I won't be. So what we're gonna try is to have all melee, healers, and tanks. You can just snap your webs immediately. And we'll see, hopefully, just by sheer numbers, at least 1 or maybe 2 web groups are 2 ranged players. If that doesn't work, then, we'll adjust. But I just want to see if we can just try it that way, since we're on normal. And we just need 1. So again, if you're in that last phase, If you are a melee, healer, or tank, you can snap your webs. If you are a ranged, try to stay with your partner. If you see that they're like a rogue running in the opposite direction, let them snap it, right? But
yeah, I was gonna say you might have a lot of range chasing down a melee partner.
try to be smart about it, right? You'll see the circle. The circle represents where you can cross to snap, so you can kind of see where your partner is from that, and decide if you want to, keep them as a friend or whatever.
We're good now in terms of the boss health.
All right, you can go and do a pull timer on tanks. Then you guys are good to go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I will have your scars. Your lives are forfeit.
Got ads coming in 5. If you're focused, make sure to try to run them through the boss. Let's get this one to the left. Oh, yep, exactly. I'll tag it since I have my dark packed up. Looks like it's going right through us. We can get Riptide Bot's cooldown now. And then Burma, you'll be the next burrowing heal. I'll call for it still. Pick up more web bombs, watch your feet. Ads, make sure if you're getting fixated, you run them through the boss.
Running through the boss?
Yep, if you have an ad, run it through the boss, make sure you're not getting hit.
Yep.
We'll take this one to the left.
Continue running, Jared, now. Don't get hit.
This is going to be Burma's cooldown. And if you want to... I'll go across.
I went too far.
Oh, shoot. Cooldowns, press defensive, 3 minutes.
Get ready to health potion the health's down.
Yep.
Now.
Hopefully we can live. That's alright, we're good. We'll be going into the intermission in 20 seconds.
Yeah, I think Blink might be banned there.
That's alright. Alright, make sure to play Simon Says. I realize, I don't know if that's like a regional thing. That toy is available in Canada. I love playing Simon Says as a grown adult. I'm kidding.
You're thinking of Simon, not Simon Says.
What? Okay. Exposed, okay? Oh my gosh.
Simon checked?
Dude,
well,
seriously?
Simon is the game, like little handheld.
The Bop It or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay,
Simon Says is
phase 2.
the...
Phase 2, we have the debuffs, so we're going to get pulled in first. Remember to run out, and you're going to snap these immediately. Who cares what you are? Snap all of these, no matter who you are, when you get pulled in. And if you have a debuff, you'll run back in for the dispel and call it. If you have a bug, run it through the raid. Through the boss. Here comes the web. Remember, everybody break yours. You need to run out of this. And then if you have a debuff, you're going to have white webs on you, and you're going to stand on top of the boss. If you don't have the debuff, make sure to stand on orange or green.
Aerodel, Obito, and Tumbles all go stand in the middle of the room next to the boss.
And call for a dispel. Jared, get off the middle of the boss.
Nope, we didn't do it.
That's alright.
Was
anybody... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, in case anybody's confused as to what's happening there, 3 people are getting a debuff, and you need to dispel it to transfer it to the closest target.
Friend or foe.
Target, yeah, friend or foe. The closest target needs to be the big boss ad. Once he gets 3 stacks of it, it interrupts him, and he does not kill us like that.
Go ahead and take the B-res, whoever has it, and res us.
So the goal is, if you have the debuff, which is the names that are being called out, you go stand in the middle of the room. Which I called 3 names out. If you stood in the middle of the room and I did not call your name out, you did the wrong thing. You want to be away from that big guy in the middle of the room, because you will be taking a debuff from somebody, and then it will not go to the boss, and then the boss will not get stunned, and then we will die.
And that's a good thing to mention too, Finneman. It is the tall, skinny boss that's always going to be in the center of the room. He teleports over there or runs over there or something. The big beetle boss, you're not dropping the debuff on him. We want to drop it on the tall guy.
When you get to the middle of the room, say your name and that you're ready for a dispel.
Yep, you can just say Dispel Demon Grips. Or whatever your name is. Or say that. I'm kidding, please don't. Stinging Swarms should be it.
You're in there.
Let me see.
Just to make sure. Sting Swarm is the debuff that transfers.
Yes.
Let me see.
Do we have to make like a triangle around the boss to go?
If you make a triangle, that's the best. However, once you get dispelled, you could just leave.
Well, yeah, okay, so it can't double stack.
Like
if it won't bounce to somebody who already has a debuff.
It might.
It might, but then you'll have 2 stacks, and then when that person gets dispelled.
The only time it's a problem is if you get 3, because then you will be stunned, and we're trying to stun the boss.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
But hopefully you guys can be in the middle, not too close to each other, and have the boss be your closest target, and then they will get the debuff. I'm surprised Bigwigs is not telling me who has that inherently. Does anybody have like a maintenance panel or whatever that's showing you who has the debuff?
No, I'm literally scanning my raid frames.
Yeah, I am seeing other debuffs. I need to fix that, so I appreciate the call outs.
I can try to call some out, since Voodoo will tell me who has got a magic effect on them.
That's a good call out too, yeah, if you're going to be doing the dispels, I would greatly appreciate that. When I soulstone you as well.
I think the tank gets a dispellable thing, which is the only thing going to be confusing.
Yeah, we get a poison, but
yeah,
should be fine.
All right, let's go ahead and on tanks then, and we can give it another go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ads are going to drop. Just make sure to run these through the boss. Somebody, let's have Nazare, if you can go with Fu and get the web. I have an ad on me, I just can't do it right now. I'm too far.
I'll blink over if you can pop this.
Nice job, guys, that's perfect. Damage amp on the beetle.
Would you
want
like
to blow
to
him up?
some of these eggs?
Yeah, if you want to and you're tanky, like a tank or immunity, feel free to do that. Because we should get a set of web bombs before every charge.
I'll just do it between.
Perfect. Here come more ads. If you have eyes, lead them through the boss.
Fu is now fixated, so might want to be...
Okay, let's have Xenos and Nazare. If you guys can coordinate, look for each other, ping each other, and try and get a web bomb here. It's going to be happening in 5 seconds that the burrow happens.
I think you can grab your webs early if you want to. And just don't snap them.
Perfect. You guys are set up perfectly. Head towards Xenos. If we lay out hands on Xenos or something like that, he's really low. Perfect job, guys. Alright, after this, we're going to be heading into the intermission in 20 seconds. Here it is.
Ascendance innate.
Now remember, in this next phase, we're going to get pulled in. You're going to break your webs, and if you have a debuff, you're going to run back in to get the dispel. Call for it.
Correct.
Here's ads. Make sure to run them through the boss. And here comes our vortex. We're gonna get pulled in 4 seconds. 2 seconds, actually.
I pulled them away too soon.
Remember, everybody break yours. And if you
Debuffs on
have
Prof, Squeedweedle, and Foo.
move to the middle.
Break the turtles. Got
Okay,
it.
let's get a rally or something. Oh, we have warriors down. Okay.
The damage amp is in the middle.
Okay, but yeah, that's true. Go middle. And we're just gonna repeat that. So we've seen this full phase now. He's gonna teleport and then pull us towards him. We're gonna all break our webs, and then Andrew's gonna call out the debuffs.
Defensives are nice for this.
Go to the middle if you have a debuff.
Oh. If you have...
Oh, never mind. The boss.
He said no.
Tumbles, Thick Magi, and Ziva.
Okay, get away from the skinny boss if you. Okay, now we do. My bad.
Spell Dark. Thick Magi.
Spell tumbles.
Nice job.
Damage
Damage
amp
amp on the big little guy, skinny guy. All right, this intermission's gonna be rings on the ground. Okay, so instead of lines coming from the boss, it's gonna be rings. Just stand. Just don't get hit by it. It's really simple. This is a good time to press personals or raid cooldowns.
I'm popping Zephyr. I'm scared.
Ascendance innate.
As soon as we break this shield, this phase is over. Alright, now we'll be getting the pull in into the charge. So if you are a melee, a healer, or a tank, you can break your webs immediately. If you are a range, try and keep yours, and we'll see if we can have at least one range group live through this. If they all break, be ready to press defensives, stand inside darkness, Spirit Link Totem, stuff like that.
We have 1 minute until dispels, so plenty of time there.
Perfect. Here's Web Vortex happening in 7. Alright, who's my partner? Jer, you're staying with me. Don't break ours. Let's move in, Jer. Boss is gonna charge here soon, and we're gonna have to clothesline him. You ready? You go across. You go far, Jer. Oh, he's low. He's low. He died because he got low. That's right. Everybody press defensives. I'll just drop all defensives, everything. Health potion. Yep.
I got it.
Good shit.
I saw you go in the right direction, though, Jay. That was a good move. We just had low because I didn't have healing cooldowns for this. I appreciate you guys sticking through that.
That's still messed up. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's not your fault. You were going the right way. That's all I care about. I could see you were flying over there, and our healers were going into overtime, so appreciate you guys.
Thanks for the res.
Alright, just one boss left. We have
rings.
1 hour.
That's good timing.
I lost it with a...
Oh, haste and mastery staff. That's amazing.
Everyone plots against me.
But I already got a weapon. I have to pass on it.
You got the offhand, right?
No, I got the one-handed mace.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, I have to pass on it.
Ah.
That's unfortunate. That's unlucky.
I actually, I won this, but I actually don't want this item because I have a hero helmet already, and I don't even want helmets here, but if I did, I have a hero one, so I'm going to pass it to Krelishar, who rolled the next highest. Sorry about that.
Alright.
I didn't even see it was a head badge.
I did not.
Get a spreadsheet right now.
What about my spreadsheet?
You heard me.
Oh, fear.
Doing not fear, am I?
Are you saying that I'm updating it?
War.
Yeah.
That is what I'm doing.
I got trapped underneath the brazier.
Alright, last boss.
Here it is.
This is such a baby game.
For exposing the rot within my court.
Okay, I've done the least for this one, so bear with me here. I've watched quite a few videos since the raids come out, but, you know, no videos of this before the raid came out, so we'll just go phase by phase. Okay. So for this first phase, the main mechanic we want to watch for to avoid a raid wipe is just going to be, it's similar to the one we just had actually, it's going to be like the same, I don't know, coding behind it, but you're going to see two acid pools spawn on the ground, and we need to make sure that we split the raid evenly, which I'm going to do. And before the boss finishes her cast, which sends out a Nova, we need to pop the middle of it, which jumps us into the air, and then we jump over the Nova. So I'm going to work on splitting those up. Well, let me hide this note.
Is there another one of those? Is there another one of those abilities that transfers players?
No, I don't think so on this fight, no.
Like a Warlock Gate type of thing?
Kinda.
I think, yes, there is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant the debuff transfer.
No, also yes, like both of those questions. First one and the other. Transfer and then gate-like ability.
Yeah, it's like I believe it's in the third phase. Is it in the first phase?
I'm scrolling through the. I'm scrolling.
I'm pretty sure
it's.
Yeah, I think it's just the last phase. There will be like a what was that boss that was in like Castle Nathria and then Sepulchre as well? I don't know. There's like a ring that goes out or comes in slowly, and you do have to hop into the portal so that you get transferred over that ring, which we can talk about once we get there.
Artificer.
But that's like, yeah, Zymox. So but that's like a third phase thing. I don't want to get, because we're probably not going to see that. The main
negative. Dang.
What's up?
There's no negative. Dang.
I just don't think we're going to see that. You know, I want us to focus on phase one here. So we will we'll have debuffs that we need to run to the sides, and we're just going to move clockwise around this room, and then we'll have that Nova will come out, and we'll jump over the Nova, and that's pretty much it. Those debuffs we're running out are just kind of like roots. We need to break people out of them so they don't get stuck. There's like a whole tank mechanic. I just want to leave it at that, honestly. I want us to see the fight. Does anybody feel like something needs to be said? I'm not going to be upset about it.
No, I think seeing this one will be best.
Yeah.
As long as we get the Nova jump and the group split, I think we should be okay.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and split the groups then. They should still be relatively like healers on both sides.
We do only have
three
healers now.
Eric just left.
Okay. Did he say he's going to be back, or is he like
He said 10 to 15.
Okay, that's all right. You guys can just kind of spend like healing cooldowns really aggressively, just so we can see as much of this fight as possible.
Put me with Riptide Bot, and then put Andrew and Burma together.
Andrew and
because I have off heals.
Burma. Okay, that makes sense. And then we'll have the other tank over here.
It's going to be really, really tight on healing, so be really kind to your healers.
Yeah. You can use health stones super early too, like for throughput, even if you're at like 50%, because again, we're probably not going to see the end of the fight. We just want to get a good understanding of this first phase. Now we don't have an even number. We'll probably be fine, right?
What do you mean?
Like
of people?
With the that might just be a heroic thing, but
put the extra DPS with the double healers.
that's what I did. But I'm just thinking, like, if you don't split the groups evenly for the Acid Nova, you get more stacks of it, like per person extra you have on the other side. So I'm assuming if you have an odd number, then you're allowed 1 player of freedom, but we'll see how it goes. Apparently, up to even 4 stacks is doable on heroic, so we should be fine on normal. But let's just give it a pull. I know a lot of people learn by doing.
Get ready to see this lady a lot.
Yeah.
Gonna take a look on the back end real quick just to make sure nothing's back here. yeah, that looks good from my
Is there
end.
anything suspicious over there?
No, I think I'm all right.
I'm just.
And we'll move clockwise. So just be ready for that. I'm going to start a little bit ahead of like tanks as a ranged. I'd recommend you guys do the same if you're ranged. And we're good.
5.
You can hero on pull too, just to help our healers out.
2, 1.
Okay,
Oh,
pools
man, she's
first.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
Okay, those are the pools, and then we'll have this kind of line effect.
Cameron, you have to dot.
I'm moving away. I'm toxic.
No, yeah, you want to be like right there with it.
Yep.
No, you want to be closer.
Okay.
Oh, I thought
everybody needs to get in it right now. Don't touch the center. Do not touch the center.
That's all right. So now we can see what's happening, right?
Okay.
The warlocks with our gateways. So yeah, that's what happens if we don't. So it's similar to the other mechanic we saw in the last fight. Let's go ahead and wipe up. You're going to want to stand within the circle, but not touch the center until about 2, maybe even 1 second is left on the boss for her cast. Then you touch the middle, and that pops everybody up, and we go over the Nova. The reason Blue is saying you don't want to go that too far is because it's easiest if that debuff gets dropped really close to the boss, because then the timing's really easy. The Acid Novas that you guys dropped were pretty decent, actually. Very decent. If you're ranged, I would recommend dropping them on the outside here if you can. If you're melee, dropping them on the inside here is probably fine too. And we'll just continue to move around the room clockwise. Not too terrible of a pull. Any questions?
When we split, did you have an even and odd direction?
Oh, true. Okay. Yeah, for phase 2. So for phase 2, if and when we get there, odds will go left and evens will go right. Let's go ahead and mark those.
I'll do like that. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, odds will go left, evens will go right when we get into that phase 2. But other than that, let's just get some more pulls in. Did we do a ready check already?
No.
I always forget. Okay. I try not to do that. I hate the ready check and then talk. It is less than ideal. That feel okay, healers, like numbers wise?
5.
Besides the wiping.
2, 1.
Okay, fair enough. That was pretty quick. We're gonna get pools. If you're ranged, try and bait them to the outside. Now remember, we're gonna be moving clockwise. So if you have the debuff, try and place it just ahead of the acid pool that's on the ground right now.
Right about there.
You're good right there, yeah. That's perfect. Remember, don't touch the middle, guys. Do not touch the middle of this. We're all gonna stand in, and somebody's gonna pop it. When I say it, I'll do it even. Let's go ahead and pop it. And it looks like that. And then you take your debuff out.
Oh shoot, I wasn't paying attention.
It's alright. We get more pools here. Make sure to try and bait them to the outside if you're ranged. And we'll keep moving along clockwise. This is going to be Tendril, just kill stuff like it's just a big AoE. Lots of pad moment. Make sure we help people that are far out. You can freedom it and stuff, like on Cameron and Naga's bow. They could use a freedom or Tiger's Lust, or we just blow it up. Nice job. Dodge these, obviously. Don't stand in them.
Over by the ping.
There's a debuff. Yep. Don't touch the middle, guys. It's kind of close to the boss. Stand inside it, and I will break it. Nice job. More pools.
Pull her back further, Cameron. Over to where I'm at. I'll just get her.
Should be phasing soon, right?
Should.
I don't even know what health it is.
Is it health based or is it time based?
I thought it was health based.
From what I was reading, it's health based, and on normal, it's really low.
Nice.
35%.
Odds will go to blue. It's behind us, guys. And greens, evens will go to green. I'm gonna put a gateway down if you're a slow even.
If you are going to green, your name is Blue Eagle, Riptide Bot, Foo, Squeedweedle, Thick Magi, Evoker, Seedborn Prof, Obi, Naz.
We are missing Burma on left.
Yeah, Burma.
Nice.
Good.
He's coming over.
Break the shield in the middle as well.
Jared, get out. You're on the wrong side.
I thought I was.
You are on the wrong side.
Okay.
Thank you for calling for the shield too. I forgot about this. Just dodge these.
Oh.
Okay, that next pull-in will happen in 5 seconds, so be ready to be pulled in a great distance. My bad.
Yo did.
That's awful.
Okay, this will be phase 2. I apologize for that. So these ads actually share health.
Wrong spot. You guys don't have a tank over there, so you're probably just gonna get ripped apart.
Yeah. But these will share, and then we'll go on the platforms after this. But let's go ahead and just wipe it up. Does somebody have a soul stone already, or some kind of? Here, I'll give one to.
I put it on this. Burma does. Burma does.
Andrew has one as well. We have got plenty out.
And just jump off.
Sorry about that intermission thing. I was like thinking ahead, but excellent job, guys. You guys like adjusted during that first phase very well. No, you don't. It's actually better if we're together. That's another thing to mention.
Gerd, we have to break the shield, but you know, when the pull-in happens, you have to be on the edge of the room. So melee, just fuck you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it just like, yeah, melee just can't do anything? Just
Well,
like,
you
"Look,
can.
it's a boss."
I'll call for the pull-in. So if you're like a warrior, I'll tell you pull in 7. You can give it, 5 seconds or how close you want to play a Razor, and then just heroic leap out. But
yeah,
even as drag theory, it sucks being at like 20 yards.
I think it's a big long cast. I didn't catch the name, but it's like Wretch or something like that. And
Yeah.
It's like a 6 or 7 second cast or something.
Do we want to get a portal for the slow boys?
No.
I'm not slow. I'm just challenged. All right.
All right, let me do this here. I wonder if there's like some weird. There used to be like charge tech for stuff like that. When you charge, it locks you in at a certain speed. So then you can charge on the pull, and you'll actually go slower than the pull and not have any issues. But you didn't hear that from me. If you die, all right.
Oh, okay.
I would.
You got it.
As a responsible warrior, I would save heroic leap. All right.
Like, dude, like there's this tech with charge that might not kill you, but
It's
if it kills
forbidden
you,
tech.
you didn't hear it from me.
Exactly. Glad we're clear about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ultimate penitence when the pull-in happens, like a Chad.
I mean, you're in the
That
air.
roots you,
fine
right?
At that point, so.
I wonder if I could ultimate penitence over top of the Nova in phase 1.
Just
Figure it out.
like a rocket.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You will not stop the ascension of my empire!
Here come our pools.
Rotting in.
There is our toxin. That's good right there. That's perfect. Remember to not touch the middle on this. I'll do the first one. And then we'll move clockwise. Nice job. Pools. Does anybody want to do touch the middle? I know I've been doing it, but if you want to check it out, let me know.
I'll do the next one.
Okay, that is Shinran. Remember, we can use freedoms, Tiger's Lust on these, whatever deroots you, or just kill it. Here comes the debuff, the Toxins debuff. And this is going to be Shinran, so you're going to do it around the 4-second cast. That's good right there, nice. So stand inside, but don't touch the middle. And you can go ahead and touch the middle now. Touch the middle. Perfect. Nice job. Now you take that out. Take that out.
Oh god.
A little bit ahead.
Yeah. The other way.
Normally you would want to put it with the rest, but still you ran it out, so that's good.
Got monk happy. My bad.
No, but great job. For anybody that's stuck back here, I'm going to drop the gateway. Okay, we're phasing. We stay together as a group and just watch the pull-in. So we're slowed right now. The first pull-in is happening in 3 seconds, it looks like. So just be ready for that. All right.
Ascendance innate.
Next pull-in in 6, it looks like. We'll see if that's accurate. 1. Yeah.
Now.
She starts casting it at the end. Okay. 3 seconds before the pull-in. Make sure you don't get pulled into an acid pool. Pop cooldowns if you can, like defensives, health stones. Remember, if you are an odd, you're going to blue over here. If you are an even, you're going to green with the druid.
When the ad dies, it does a knockback like Razageth and Vault of the Incarnate. There's a platform behind the ad you have to get knocked up onto. If you're with green, you want to stack on the green marker. The blue, the big bear, the big bear, the big bear, the big bear.
I understand why I got confused. Blue the
Nice
square,
job,
not
guys.
blue the player.
Alright, I think we just run from this so we don't get pulled in. Make sure you don't get pulled off the platform, guys.
Say she still rests people?
Range, let's try and get the Expeller back here since the melee can't get it very easily. Another pull, make sure you're not by the edge.
If you unlock your bridge,
We'll have the bridge.
Cancels it.
There's the bridge. Here's ads, this is like a tank pull these. Make sure we hit them. They do put a debuff on our tank. Here's another pull. Walk away from it.
It is alternating the pulls, by the way.
Oh, nice.
So now green side has a pull.
Happening in 3. Okay, we got another bridge. You can click the webs on the left here, or they're left and right. Okay, we gotta get both. Blow up the ads. Remember, they are important. They hurt our tank.
The ad up here is another knockback ad, and you want to get knocked up to the top platform.
Thank you. You guys see it over here to the left. I'm going to mark it on my side with skull.
Yep. I used the yellow marker on my side.
Okay. We're going to aim to get knocked in that direction. Watch the portal, though. We're going to be kind of right here where I'm at, guys. Make sure you're positioning yourself. Tumbles, you're a little too far right. That's unfortunate. Alright, the boss is targeting right here on Krelishar and the Demon Hunters. Make sure we group up for this. This is going to be that last phase where we have 2 portals. One portal needs to be on the inside of the room where the melee are hitting the boss, and the other portal needs to be on the outside of the room. Let's try and coordinate this.
Fucking Barry. Barry was tanking.
Alright, run this out if you're the tank. It's kind of like a Sarkareth debuff. And we want to CC these. Blow them up.
I don't know if they want to be away from the boss or not.
Big webs are the portals, I think.
No.
I don't think so.
I lied. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I wasn't sure. Here come the portals.
Perfectly though.
Here are the portals. So we have
One
2
on
people.
outside,
Run
one
one
on
out, one run in. Very good. Jared, out.
Outside.
That's all right. We're gonna be going into this portal right here. It's gonna be kind of tight. All right. So watch for the beam and try to time it so that you can get to the outside one. You can go through now.
Go.
Oh, Warlock portal.
Watch the stars. And we'll go clockwise again, similar to how we did in the first phase.
You guys gotta get him.
This is going to be blues, and then he's going to drop ads. We need to blow them up. I've got a Shadow Fury for them. Oh, dead, dude.
Baby game.
Nice job, guys. I was talking smack about not seeing the phase, and then we did.
Yo, world first, by the way.
Kindly.
Pretty much.
Silence.
World first, guys. We got.
Oh yeah, quiet for lore people.
Deafening for lore.
Slender is the strand that guides your destiny. So easily overlooked, yet cutting deeper than the sharpest blade. Shh. It's almost over. Your ambition was rare, you know. Yet despite even betraying your own mother, here you are. You promised nothing. Yet I gave you everything. You were just not enough. Pity me. I don't. You were a means to an end. Your survival wasn't necessary. I simply wish you had lasted a little longer. And now you learn the true lesson of the void. Only the strongest survive.
God, look at those feet.
Yeah, that foot. I need to take a break after that foot shot. My God.
I can't believe you guys stayed quiet through that.
Is it over?
Yeah, it's over.
So for the curios, how are we gonna roll that?
Same. It's a tier token.
Yeah.
So if you already want a tier token, you don't get to roll on the curio. And if you win the curio, it goes to the next person.
Nice tie, Professor.
Gotta get one. Come on.
Honestly, I've already won something tonight, so if you want the curio,
if you haven't gotten your tier token, roll for it. It's only
yeah, but
Yeah,
here's the
roll
thing:
for
you're going to be more online than I am. I'm stuck in class. Like, if I can do this consistently, awesome. But I don't know if I'm going to be consistent.
It's a normal.
It should go to the. It should go to
It's
the
a
most.
normal token too, so it's fine. It's really okay, man.
I'm trying to help you, man.
I'll be fine. I'll survive. I promise. I've got green boots on and a green belt. I'm living my best life.
I didn't get a Warbound token.
Right. I haven't gotten a single Warbound token yet. Pretty bummed about it.
At least.
So Heroic.
Yeah.
won the show.
Don't zone out yet until loot is distributed.
Oh.
It has a tendency to break the loot, and sometimes it will delete the loot.
I ended up winning the curio anyways.
Yeah, you did. Good job. I'll take the legs to go,
I'll take my legs to go, sir.
and I'll just turn those into tier.
There you go. Big ups.
I'll just catalyst that. Or wait, do I have to get hero? Or hold on.
Do we want to?
Don't use your catalyst yet.
Don't use the catalyst yet.
Or are we gonna wait till we're gonna do this next week?
What did you say?
Oh, I was gonna say, are we doing the what's it called for the first boss, or are we just calling it there for tonight?
I don't know what the call is.
I would like to do the first boss on heroic. I think we can do it with this group. However, a lot of people are saved. I think it'd be great for practice, especially if you're trying to get good at parsing on that fight. But
that'd be cool.
I'm not sure if Gerd's available.
Yeah, we should be going into heroic first boss.
Yeah.
Here it is, and I can swap to vengeance.
He should be.